Hey everybody, it's Bondal and Jolly with Elevate in 365, and thanks for tuning in to today's casual conversation. I have the pleasure of sitting here with Elisa Bruno-Midili from Cafe Realty in New York. Hey Elisa, how are you?
I'm great, Bundle, and how are you doing today?
I am wonderful. So we're on two opposite coasts. I'm out in LA. You're out in the Hudson Valley area of
Mhm.
New York.
Yeah.
So let's just start with, first of all, what is going on? What is the state of the market out in the Hudson Valley area?
Well, we are back in business. And right now, even though our sales year over year are from our MLS are down 27%, we have seen an increase in our business at our company increase over the last 3 months because we took what is called a V-shaped recovery. We went down, really down to the bottom, and we are recovering like a V shape. And that is good news for sellers. Not so good news for buyers because the inventory is extremely low. However, there is the perfect storm of having great interest rates out there for buyers. So, and having properties available, and when they come on, the buyers just, they all flock to that property, and they really need to make a move quickly. So we've been having some very brisk activity here in the Hudson Valley.
And you have been in the real estate industry for 33 years. So you have seen, I mean, you went through 2008 and all of that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you've survived this over and over again. And so I'm glad to
Mhm.
see that recovery is coming on. And I thought this was
Yes.
interesting too, because this is a trend we're seeing across all of the United States, that a
Mhm.
lot of mass exodus from urban areas like New York City moving out into not just suburbia, but even pursuing, rural listings and places where normally commuters would not find attractive, all of a sudden they are because of this remote work environment.
Yeah, great point. We have seen that exodus and what we call the exurbs. So the exurbs are those areas that are not normally commutable, that may be 2 hours away. People are keeping their apartments perhaps in the city or close to the city or in a dense area, and then purchasing another home in this area as a second home or someplace to escape to, because people are escaping from Brooklyn, they're escaping from the city, and they want that space where they can feel safe and comfortable, and then they can work at home. Because typically the city, apartments may be a little smaller than a home that you could get here. So we are seeing that, and they're coming up to the Hudson Valley area, which there are many suburbs here, and then the rural areas, which are a little further out. But we are seeing that happening quite often.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that you guys are not just surviving, but you are thriving at, Cafe Realty. And so how many agents do you have inside of your organization?
We have 13 agents and 3 partners in our organization. We try to kind of acquire talent. We have 2 admins working with us. So we're a growing company. We started in business in 2013, although I've been doing this for 33 years. I have my own company with 2 partners for the last 7 years. And we are, we're training them and educating them and encouraging them to do the best that they can. And that I kind of brings us into the whole Elevate system.
Yeah, so you actually told me when we were preparing for this call that you have spent 7 years looking for a piece of technology that was going to help you compete against some of these big box brands that are coming in and trying to recruit your agents or try to, grab your consumer audiences, right? And you found it in Elevate. So what was it that attracted you to the Elevate system?
Oh, yeah. So it's always a challenge when you're looking for a piece of technology and a tool that is going to be both user friendly and effective for both the brokerage and the agents. It's a huge task looking for that. And I had been through almost every, I mean, you name it, I've been through them all. And I found that when I saw the introduction of the Elevate system, it had the 3 components that I was looking for. It had the CRM, it had the website, and it had the marketing component. And I said, wow, this has got to be something that I need, that I look at, so that I can see if it's a good tool for us to use. And it was. I mean, it had the 3 things that I was looking for, and you know, we signed up right away.
Well, that's awesome. And I know that you had mentioned you actually, in the role that you're currently in, you spend a lot of your time focusing on marketing. So do you find that, by having all of your marketing consolidated into one system, has that been able to be a time saver and a money saver for you in the organization?
Yes, we are able to send out consumer touch emails. We're able to do drip campaigns. We can do a lot of different marketing pieces. We also have the DMS component, the digital marketing system component of the Elevate system, so that automatically generates relevant activity throughout our social channels. Which helps too. So it does save a lot of time. And then I have one of my marketing assistants working with me. So in addition to the lead generation aspect of it, because that's another part of the website, we are able to market directly to those people as soon as they sign in or sign up.
Oh, great. And what has your experience been like working with our customer support team, or as we like to call them, our customer success team?
Well, your customer success team has spent more time with us and our agents, I think, than any brokerage, because it was new to everybody, and I wasn't the only one learning it. And we were training our agents, and we were having group classes and individual sessions. And anytime I send a message to support, I'm answered almost immediately, or one of my marketing assistants is answered immediately, which is great. They can really solve the problem, and I believe that they really are interested in the success of the brokerages.
Yeah, well, I think, it's true. Technology, like you said, you spent years searching for solutions. You've been through so many of them, and technology is really only as good as, the people behind it and the people that are using it, right? And so it takes, energy and effort from your side to say, I want to adopt this and, implement this technology. And from our side, we need to be there to help support it and make sure you're successful. Your success is ultimately our success, right?
Yeah, we can't do it without a support team. I cannot do it without my support team, and then they can't do it without having support from whatever tools they're using. Because for us, it's the people, the systems, and the tools. So with those 3 things, we're a success. And the support is critical, because there are a lot of questions. We have agents that know a lot about technology, and we have some that not so much. So I think it helps to have that support all the way around.
Yeah, and especially, when you're rocking and rolling like you guys are right now, right? You really need to be able to rely on your tech partners to make sure that everything is set up, workflows, all that automation is in place so that your agents aren't missing a single step. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, that is true. It is a great help and a time saver. We want to be effective and efficient. So it really helps to have a great system to do that.
Well, thank you so much for believing in us, Elisa. Do you have
Yeah.
any advice or words of advice for our audience out there? We've got brokers and agents dialed in watching us today.
Yeah, well, I'll have to say one thing. We are a local, independent, community-focused real estate company, and I really feel that the independent broker is supported, because I do see that there are different things that we can do as an independent broker. We can have all kinds of conversation like this, plus other educational forums. And, I think that's important, because this country is really, and this, this industry is really 80% of it is independent brokers. It just so happens that the 20% of the corporations make up the larger amount of agents. But when you are an independent, you really have to rely on a system so that we can compete. And yes, we do have the same tools as any other brokerage. It's just that we can adapt quicker. We're nimble. We're just, we can turn on a dime if we have to, as far as our marketing is concerned. And it's important to have that flexibility.
Well, that's awesome. It makes you competitive. I'd put you up against one of those big box brands any day.
Well, I challenge anybody to put out the kind of marketing program that we do. And our, seller clients are extremely happy with what we do. So,
well, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that story today. Thank you for being a fan of Elevate. We are a big fan of you and your entire team. So keep rocking and rolling up in Hudson Valley there. Everybody, thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you next week for Casual Conversations. Thank you, Elisa. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Gwendolyn. Have a great day.